Thank you. Okay, so the joy of forgiveness. So today we are having a seminar on, we are having a class, a discussion on the joy of forgiving. Why do people find it difficult to forgive? What is it that impedes people from truly forgiving? This is what we are going to be discussing about, today. The joy of forgiving, a sacred reflection. And before we start, I will humbly beg you that kindly join your two hands together like this and repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so starting today's class while still waiting for others to join, but anyway, they're gonna have the recording to follow. The joy of forgiving, a sacred reflection. Firstly, what are the table contents that I'm gonna be covering up today with you guys? I'm gonna be covering up the danger of committing offenses, understanding karma, sinful activities, revenge, acting in the wrong consciousness, attachment, breaking free, thoughts and word, change of physical actions. Then we're going to have question and answers. Okay? So,
Yes.
firstly, let me remove this guy here and put him here. Introduction. When there is an increase in sin, there is also a need for the presence of divinity. There's a need for more spiritual absorption and for spiritual personalities to counteract the negativity. The danger of committing offenses. Please, I will want you to listen very, very attentively as I am now starting today's class. The danger of committing offenses. Most often, we commit offenses not on the gross physical platform, but on the subtle mental platform. This offense committed mentally is even far more dangerous than the offenses committed grossly in a physical form. Once there was a learned woman. This woman was very, very humble, and all day all she would do would be about talking about God. Because she was so absorbed in her love for God, she would always mumble. You see, people were very eager to associate with her and to listen to her different discussion that she speaks about God. On the other hand, there is a very powerful scholar. He's very learned, very powerful. There is nothing in the scripture, in the whole world, in any scriptures of the world, that he does not have, a knowledge, about. This man, he has traveled far and wide to different places, giving lectures. He came from a very prestigious institute, and his speech on the thesis of God was so powerful that wherever he is, people come to hear him talk. Once he was preparing to give a talk in the village that this woman was, and crowd, of people have gathered to hear him, give this discussion that he is about to give. But then it so happened that the woman, which is this humble woman, was around the period whereby he's about to give his discussion. So she came into the place where he's giving his talk. Lots of people were there, crowds of people. So this simple woman, she came like, okay, they are speaking about God. Let me also go and hear. That was her intention. Let me also go and hear so that I can increase my own knowledge. That was her intention. But when she went there, everybody, the moment people saw that the woman has come, everybody stood up. Oh, this powerful woman has come. This humble woman has come. Everybody stood up. And they all were, giving respect, like as she was walking by, everybody was giving respect and bowing down to her and everything. This powerful scholar, he see this was happening and he was on the stage giving his talk. However, this powerful scholar did not stop to recognize the divinity in this woman. Rather, he continued his discussion. And because he started seeing that everybody have stood up and everybody was respecting her and no one is paying attention to him anymore, he became very angry. In his mind, his anger was not we did not say it outside, but in his mind, he became very, very angry. And he was cursing the woman in his mind. That what kind of a woman is this that has come to steal away my moment? At that moment, he started cursing her and, saying so many negative things in his mind towards the woman. And at that moment also, he lost all his knowledge. He forgot all he has to say. He lost everything. You see, most often, this is to let us know the seriousness of mental offense. A lot of the thing we commit, a lot of the offense we do towards people is not the ones we do facing them physically. Oh, he has beat me. Oh, he has fight me. Oh, he has stabbed me. No, it is the ones we commit in our mind towards people. Most often. And most often we are mentally offensive towards a person that we feel inferior to. You see, when a musician is singing, he is the focus of all the attention. He receives all the attention and all the glory. But if another musician come upon the stage and start singing and gets more appraisal and people scream more louder for this other musician, the other one that just finished singing will start feeling a sense of subtle hatred and anger towards the other musician. Oh, why is he doing more better than me? From here, we can analyze ourselves. Firstly, before we move forward, I want you to take a pen and a paper. I want you to write down to analyze yourself. Mrs. Huma, are you with a pen and a paper?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us wait for Mrs. Dorcas. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I want you to write down your thoughts. When you see someone doing better than you, and that person is getting more appraisal than you, how do you feel? What is the thought that
Happy.
goes on inside of your head? Sorry?
Yeah. I said and that one is depend on individual. Some people feel excited for them.
Okay. Some people feel excited for them. Now, imagine you are in your place of work. I can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Muted.
Yes.
All right.
Imagine you
All
are.
right.
Yes, please go
Okay.
ahead.
That's all right. Carry on.
Okay. Imagine you are in your place of work. You and your colleagues, you guys are doing the same work. And your colleagues start getting more appraisal from your boss than you. How do you feel?
That one, to be honest, to me is not. I don't feel okay with that one. Yes.
Write it down.
But if I see someone doing something good in life, in her house, like my friends bought a car, I congratulate them. I found something nice in their house, I congratulate them. I see someone graduating, I congratulate them. I'm always happy to see someone doing something better in life.
That is true. It is easy for us to give respect to somebody that is not doing the same thing that we are doing.
Yeah.
But when the person is doing the same thing that we are doing, the mind starts playing the trick. When the person is doing the same thing that we are doing, in your place of work, and you start seeing that you are doing the same work with your colleague is doing the same work with you, but he's getting respect from the boss more than you. Even if you may say, I'm happy for you, but there is this residue that is there.
Yeah, that one is true. Yeah, that one is true.
This is what we need to analyze. This is a simple litmus test for us to be able to examine our state of consciousness. We might think that we are good people. Yes, everybody is good. In front, externally, we all give that impression that we are good. But what happens when someone starts stealing your attention? The attention that you deserve, someone starts taking it away. What goes on in your head? How do you feel towards that person? Do you start feeling very small? Or do you start having, even
Exactly.
if it's not a feeling of anger, but there's this feeling that starts creeping up inside of you? It's not a feeling of
It's
happiness
like I'm
also.
not. Yeah, it's like I'm not existing.
Like
Just
you're
like
not doing better. Like you feel like you're not doing good enough.
That is that, you see, that feeling, that is the litmus test for us to always check our state of mind. Because that there is where we commit the most biggest offenses towards people.
Wow.
That is where hatred starts. That is where envy starts. That is where, the feeling of I want to have revenge. That is where it starts from. Understanding karma. You see, as we look at life, we are constantly reminded, as we look at life, we must constantly remind ourselves that we deal with much more than just the present moment. We are constantly dealing with what we have done, who we were, what environment we were connected with, and how we used or abused those situations in previous lives. The soul is eternal. We are appearing on this stage as if we are in a play. The soul, the same identity, has been undergoing a great varieties of experiences. We are carrying that associated baggage in different ways along with various patterns or residue. In dealing with an individual, we are really dealing with many personalities or many aspects of personalities that combine together to make one dominant personality. Some phobias, such as fear of fire, height, or of small places, may be prevalent in the present consciousness because of some connection from previous life. For example, in a previous life, if a person, someone may have died by being pushed off a cliff or jumped from, a tall building. In their subconscious mind, they will always be afraid of height. This is the truth. They will always be afraid of heights. Someone else may have, tremendous phobias of snake, that even a picture of a snake causes a certain feeling of, uncomfortability, in their body. Why? Because in their previous life, they might have suffered from being bitten by a snake. And because there is because of this, it has left a deep impression on the mind. You see, modern scientists, psychologists, psychiatrists, we try to approach all of these people to deal with, these feelings that we all have, but we are not able to. Why are we not able to? The reason why we are not able to, let me just reduce this one, sorry. Okay. The reason why they are not able to truly treat this phobia or to, these things, they are not able to really have a proper understanding of where is this coming from. It is because it's all connected from the past life. Similarly, most of the negative experiences that we pass through are nothing but residues of past offenses coming to play in us in this lifetime. So most often, that feeling of anger that you feel towards somebody, that feeling of jealousy that you feel towards somebody, are nothing but past residues of offenses that is coming to play itself again in your life, in this lifetime, that you need to be more careful of so that it does not continue a cycle, a vicious cycle into different lives for you. We are looking at, when we look at sinful activities and exploring the categories that interfere and prevent the heart from experiencing the highest expression of God, the first kind involves unpaid dues. Do you know that all of us, we have unpaid dues? And because we have unpaid dues, that is why we are suffering. Unpaid past dues, which continues to unfold and it continues to haunt us. For instance, if a murderer goes unpunished in a previous life due to lack of evidence against him or a flawed justice system, although that offense was left unpaid in the previous life, the residue of that offense will still follow him, into his current lifetime. The second are those reactions that are, matured and those that are not yet matured. For example, due to heavy offense committed in previous lifetime, one may take birth as a handicap or having serious medical issues that may have no treatment. You see, most often when people have these issues of handicap, serious mental issues, the first thing they start looking for is who to blame for this offense, who to blame. What have I done that I am suffering like this? And because of this, they hold a lot of anger in their heart. They hold a lot of grudges in their heart. Because they think that someone or something is the one that is responsible for the misfortune that has befallen them, and they don't look beyond that fact to see that they are actually the ones that are responsible, because they are suffering from what? Residues of past activities that has been done and past offenses that has been left unpaid. Which is why in this lifetime, you as an individual that is trying to navigate this ocean of life, you must learn to be very, very mindful in your relationship with people. You must learn not just only to be very, very mindful, you must learn to be very, very cautious in how you allow what people do affect you subconsciously. Because these residues are there. The impressions don't go away. When you write on a whiteboard and you clean it, you think it is cleaned, but it is not cleaned. A residue of what you've written has been registered on the whiteboard. And the more you write, the more the residues become more stronger and stronger and stronger, to a point that whatever you write, you cannot see anything new. Everything you just keep seeing is a residue of what you've written before. And then you start looking for how to change the whiteboard. The third category is lack of gratitude. A lot of us, we don't have the nature to be grateful. We don't have that nature of gratitude. And because we don't have that nature of gratitude, it is very, very difficult for us to forgive another person or for us to truly move on healthily. Because we don't have that nature of gratitude. But we are happy if people are grateful to us. But to be grateful to another person, we don't have that. You see, lack of gratitude that made us to commit offenses in previous lifetime. Some people may be in anxiety because they cannot have children, so much so that it may push them to commit suicide. However, this same person have had many abortions in previous lifetime. God gave them so many souls to take care of previously, but they kept refusing them and eliminating them. So when they do this, and in this lifetime, they are trying so much to be able to have a child, and it's not coming to them, they start thinking that something is wrong with them. But they don't see that they are actually suffering because of what? Their lack of gratitude.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
What can make someone angry that the person can't forgive you, can't find a space in her or his heart to forgive you, and the person can punish you, let me say, the rest of your life? I'm 57 at the moment. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Why?
It is a weakness of the soul. It is a weakness of the soul that makes it difficult for people to truly forgive another person.
And the person can punish you the rest of your life.
Yes.
Even though I don't know what it is, because there's things I didn't say on that day. I just keep quiet.
I understand.
To you.
Yes,
yeah.
I understand. It is a weakness
because
of the soul.
Even the breastfeeding, this mom, she never breastfeed me.
Yes.
When I sit down with my uncle and my auntie, I questioned. She never breastfeed me. They take me out from her immediately after she give birth.
Yes.
And she disappear. And when she come back, she started behaving that way. So that's why, as when we say I done something to her,
yes.
when I just keep on asking myself, when? because I sit down with my uncle and my auntie, I question them.
Your past life.
Even them, yeah, I question them. What have I done? Because maybe I was a baby, I done something. They say your mom never ever look after you when you are a baby. You've
No,
been looked after
you are
by somebody else.
focusing on the present life.
Okay.
Your offense, see, this is why I am giving these examples to break it down, which is what I just did in the first chapter, in the other chapter that I spoke about. And what is that? A lot of people are suffering because of what? Their lack of gratitude.
Okay.
In a past life, some people have been blessed to have children, but because of their lack of gratitude, they have aborted the children. And in this lifetime, those same people that have done that in their past life, they will be struggling to have children. And lack of not having children, they commit suicide. Now, who do you blame? Once upon a time, there was a very learned holy man. But before he became a holy man, he was a very wealthy man, very wealthy. And because he was very, very wealthy, he was very stingy also. The people that begged him for money, he never gave them money. Never, for one day, he never gave them money. The people that needed help, that asked him, please help me. I'm begging you, my brother, please help me. He never helped them. So one day, by the will of providence, he lost all his fortune. And because he lost all his fortune, the natural nature of a person that has lost their fortune is to want to surrender to God. That is the natural tendency of anybody when they lose fortune or something bad happens to them. The first place they want to look for is now they want to start surrendering to God, or they want to start acknowledging a higher force. So in his process of surrendering to God, he started going deeper, and actually he really started becoming more God conscious. But because of the way he has acted with people before he became, a saint-like person, people don't trust him. So people see him as a pretender. And hence, one day he was walking around and he came to beg people for food. They beat him. They beat him. They took stick and break his head, break his feet. They beat him and blood was falling from his body. And in the process of all this blood falling from his body, he composed a prayer, which is what I'm about to repeat to you right now. In that prayer, the prayer is more of a question. And what was his question? He said, who should I blame for this bad thing that is happening to me? Who should I blame for my misfortune? Who should I blame for my misfortune? Should I blame these people that have done this negative and these bad things to me? Should I blame them? Are they really the one that is responsible for my misfortune? Should I blame God because it is him that has made these people to come and beat me? Should I blame him because he's the one that is responsible for my misfortune? Should I blame my ancestors because I was born in their lineage and they have to observe and watch me being punished like this? Should I blame them? Should I blame the demigods, the ones that are controlling the managerial position of the earth? Should I blame them because I am in their jurisdiction and still they allow this unfair thing to happen to me? Should I blame them? Should I blame my destiny to be responsible? Or should I blame it on my karma? He said, I cannot blame the people because the people are only acting based on what? The providence of karma, a residue of what I have done in my past life. I cannot blame God because God has made it possible for me to experience what I have done to other people. Should I blame my destiny? No, I cannot blame my destiny because it is my action that has made this destiny to be like this. Should I blame my karma? No, my karma is nothing but a reaction to what I have done. So who is to be blamed? I am to be blamed. The reason why we are not able to forgive people is we still think that we are innocent. I'm such an innocent person. I did not do anything bad. But look at this bad thing that is happening to me. Oh, I'm such an innocent. No, we are not innocent because we still live in that denial of thinking that I am innocent. I did not do anything bad, but an injustice is being done to me. Because we still feel like that, or we still think like that, we can never, and actually we can never move forward. In your statement, majority of what you will feel is you will feel yourself as the victim. That a great injustice has been done to you. Your mother never even breastfed you. She never took care of you. She just hates you. She just did all of this to you. But have you forgotten also that you once lived a life before in a past life? And your mother, that is your mother now, must have been your own daughter, and you have mistreated her. And in this lifetime, she's coming to give you back the same things that you've done to her. A lot of us, we forget this fact. And that is why I'm explaining. But when you keep thinking that, but I did not do, that is in my past life, but why am I being punished right now? It means that there is a weakness in the mind because we are not able to truly comprehend and understand that there is no punishment that just came like that. Imagine a person walking down the street and all of a sudden, let me give you a story. One day, this is in Nigeria. One day, a man parked his car in a parking lot. In that parking lot, there is no any other car behind him. There's no car in front of him. It's just only his car that was there. So the car was safe and protected. But all of a sudden, a madman that was just walking on the road came directly inside the parking lot. He took a stone and he started breaking all the windows of the man's car. The man's car is not standing on the road. The man's car is far away, nicely parked in a parking lot. But all of a sudden, a madman just came with a stone and started breaking all the windows of the man's car. People saw this and they rushed to the scene. Like, what is this? What is this? They caught the madman and everybody want to beat the madman. What kind of a madman are you? Why did you do this to this man's car? What did he do to you? Do you know him before? You know, they want to beat the madman. But because the man that owns the car was an intelligent person, he said to them, please let him go. Please, please, don't beat him. Let him go. Everybody said, oh God, why you want him? Why do you want him to go? Don't you see the bad thing he has done? He said, please, just let him go. Everybody let the man go. I said, oh, okay, well, it is your loss, you know, it is your loss. They let the madman go. But someone intelligent was observing this man. I was like, this is not ordinary. Why can this man, a person, if someone came and break your door, break your house, break your television, break everything in your house, you know how pissed you will be feeling? How you want to get revenge back on the person? How you want to either claim back your property that has been lost? But this man is like telling them, let him go. So they asked the man, why did you tell this madman to go? And the man replied, he said, in this lifetime, he may appear as if he is a madman. But in my past life, I believe that I have done the same thing to him. That is why he has come to do it back to me. I might have broken his glasses in my past life, and that is why in this lifetime he has come and is repeating the same thing back to me. And because I understood it, I let him go so that the negative karma does not continue. The same thing also with us in relationship. I once know a boy that his mother never breastfed him. It was his grandmother that took care of him. The mother gave birth to the boy when she was still very young, maybe in her 16 or 17. And it was his grandmother that took care of him. And he came to meet me and told me, I have so much anger for my mother. I said, why? He said, because my mother never let me know who my real father is. She's always telling me my father is this person or my father is that person. And she's always taking me left, right, center. She's never, and every time she beat me, she shout, I don't like her. I said, no, why are you doing? You don't like her, and so what? She's just an instrument of your karma. If you start getting angry with the instrument of your karma, then it means you don't understand life. Then it means that you will just be in the same cycle of everything repeating itself again and again in your life. You understand, Mrs. Dukas?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Very good. But do you understand?
I understand. I do understand. Sometimes I really feel sorry for her, and I start praying, but I end up like giving up sometimes because things that she's doing is like it's getting worse and worse
If you
every
keep
day.
saying that you keep feeling sorry for her, it means you are still seeing yourself as the victim. Then it means you are not understanding what I'm explaining to you.
I understand what you were saying to me. I just let you know how I used to feel. So let me say how I used to feel about her. Sometimes I just like praying for her. Sometimes I just like I giving up. I can't take it anymore because things that she's doing, even not in me and the people around the village, it's like somebody who got problem with mental problem. I just asking myself what is going on with my mother.
Okay. Let us continue. Revenge.
Yeah.
One of the major factors that prevent us from truly forgiving other people is because of our need for revenge. The root of revenge is in the weakness of the soul. People that are nervous and lack confidence are the ones that are most addicted to wanting to have revenge. Who torture those that they hate, but cowards. Who murder those they rob, but vile creatures. A man tormented by revenge knows no peace. An envious man is a threat to the life of the other. You see, revenge is inspired by anger, a need to feel victorious towards the wrongdoings that we perceived others have done to us. Most often, these wrongdoings are just reactions to our past karmas, and those inflicting it are just instruments. Can death satisfy the hatred or fulfill our need for revenge? No. Can it restore our peace of mind? Yes, to an extent. But with this peace of mind comes what? A chain of reaction that has been put in motion. One of the reasons we nurture revenge is because of our need to feel relevant and powerful. Rising above the ego is the way we can dispel our need for revenge. Most often, we have the tendency to display anger, greed, and arrogance during our interaction with people. We may physically engage in certain activities but act with wrong consciousness. For example, when we enter a church or temple, we recognize it is a sacred place, and it is most important that we are mindful of our consciousness. While in this holy place, similarly, while interacting with people, we should be very mindful and conscious of our inner dialogues. Most often in a conversation, the mind tends to go around looking at the person's body and mentally start comparing what the person is wearing to what you have. We should always try to consciously bring back the mind from this wandering. Doing this prevents us from committing mental offenses towards anyone. The most important factor is to check our consciousness, whether we are giving in charity or doing any noble work, as God is not fooled by our display of nobility, but checks our consciousness. While doing this nobility, eventually it is not the quantity or even the quality of good actions that matters, but the attitude and consciousness with which we are doing it. Any question before we continue?
So you're saying bring back your thoughts
Yes.
when you. So how do you do that?
Very simple.
Like consciously,
Bring it back.
like when you think negative, you say, okay, you pause for a second
No.
and think about it.
When you're thinking negative, immediately you chastise your mind. You fool. What is this nonsense you are thinking?
Okay.
When you
tell
learn.
yourself.
Sorry?
Am I gonna tell, like, I'm gonna be like, oh, why am I thinking about it? Then I bring another thought.
No. Call the mind a fool. The mind does not like to be insulted.
Okay.
It is the truth. The mind does not like to be insulted. The mind takes insult very, very personally.
Wow.
When you tell it, hey, fool, what is this nonsense you are thinking? Immediately, it changes.
Okay.
So this is the way you bring the mind consciously back. Because if you say, let me replace the thought with another thought, that thought also will still wander back to the first one.
True.
Always do. But when you learn the act of insulting the mind, it will not go back again.
Okay.
Mrs. Dorcas, any question?
No. I don't have any question.
Firstly, I want to ask you a question before we continue. Of all the negative things that your mom has done to you, how has your life turned out to be?
What do you mean?
How many children do you have?
4.
How is your relationship with your children?
I do have a good relationship with my children. It's just because more 3 of them, they didn't grow up close to me, but they do understand. I sit down with them and I explain.
Okay.
I was living with families, relative, while I was looking for better future. But
Okay. But
my elder daughter is the one I came with her in this country, 2019. But what I noticed about my elder daughter, she came like very, very, she was angry, even though she was not showing it. But I noticed when she was near me, how angry she was because I left her alone there and she was being abused with so many things. But we are talking, even though the anger is still there. I can see sometimes when I try to talk to her.
Do you think, or have you ever thought that the anger is also nothing but a projection of what you have towards your mother. That is what your daughter is having towards you. It might not be of the same quality, of the same quantity, but it is the same quality.
I don't know, because even her, because I left her with my mom. In my mom's situation, me and my mother, it was like the family were trying to bring us together. Me and my mom always keep on coming to my mom's house, staying with my mom, and my mom would just get angry or kick me out from the house. I'll just end up going to her elder sister, and to just like start arguing with her sister. Why did you take my daughter? My auntie asked me to go back. I'll go back. It was like on and off, on and off. So when I came to this country, my mom refused to take me to secondary school. I finished my school in primary. I was being sent here by the Botswana government to come and study here. And she's the one who asked me to come and see her graduating. And when I arrive here, I found out that she just talked bad about me to her friends, and their friend advised me to seek asylum. I didn't even know nothing about asylum. And I seek asylum in this country, and anyway, I struggled for 8 years, and I end up having my status in UK. So on the time when I come here, I left my children with my mom, but she ended up kicking them out from her house. So they were just everywhere.
How many brothers or sisters do you have?
It's just I'm the elder one. I've got a younger sister and a younger brother.
Okay. Not going or diverting from the essence of this class. Everything your mom has done, or she's doing, or she will do in the future, is nothing but a debt that you owe her. How you are tolerating everything she has done right now is nothing but how she herself has tolerated you in your past life. The moment you understand this and you really accept it, that moment you become free.
Cool.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That moment you become free. The moment you understand that everything she's doing, she's not doing it on her own volition. She's acting under the influence of karma. However she's acting to you, she's acting unjustly and all of that. It is not her. And when you say my mother, which of the mother are you talking about? The one you're going to have in your next life, or the one you just have in your previous life? Then you have this one. There's so many mothers you've had. Well, the problem is with a lot of us is we focus on just one point of the view. And because we focus on that point, we are not able to truly move forward. To
be honest with you, even you are talking to me, the anger is still there. Really, I just don't like to lie.
What
things
is
that she done to me? I know. Say it again.
What is the anger going to do for you?
It's not going to do nothing to me.
Not to you. What will it do for you?
It's not going to do nothing for me.
Does it make you a millionaire?
No.
Does it solve your life problems?
No.
Does it stop you from getting sick?
No.
Has it improved your relationship with your mother?
No.
So what is the essence of the anger? Hmm?
Nothing.
You are breaking your head thinking heavily about somebody, but the person is sleeping peacefully on their own. So what is the essence of it? What is the essence of it? A lot of us, we do that. We break our head heavily thinking, oh, this person has done this to me. Ah, this person has done this to me, this person. But the person is not even thinking about you. So what is the essence? So when you're saying, oh, I feel this anger, very, no.
I understand what you're saying.
There is a saying
I
in
understand. What is your name, Sissy?
Sukadeva.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but my mom, she's so difficult person. You can't come to you.
You still don't understand what I'm saying. I'm moving
I understand
forward.
what you're saying.
I am moving forward.
Just
Okay,
carry on.
question.
Yes.
So in this situation that, because I know I'm pinpoint with the conversation, so how can you move forward from that? Is it like letting go and just live your own life?
Thank you.
That everything that happened is as a result of what you've done in your past life. I'm moving forward.
Okay. And moving forward.
If you commit a crime and you are being punished for the crime, if you accept that, yes, I committed a crime and yes, I've been punished, and you move forward, you will not be thinking about the pain of how they beat you because you commit, oh, this lawyer, he beat me, or this policeman, he beat me like this. You will not think about the pain that you received getting the punishment, because you know that you did a crime and you paid for it. That is why you are being punished. But if you commit a crime and you are not accepting that you committed a crime, and hence someone, they beat you and they, oh, this man, I can never forgive this man for beating me like this. Yeah.
But sometimes you can go there. You can go there to say, can we have a peace? And end up again, turn around, start again. What do you have to do is what I wanted to ask you.
The question is, why do you want to go there? If you know that a person is envious of you,
my family,
my
auntie, my uncle was asking me.
Give a space for your own peace of
mind. Okay. Thank
that
you.
Makes sense. Give a space
for your own peace of mind. Don't turn the class into a consultation. All right.
Yeah, because I'm a little bit related to what she's saying, because my mothers, they are very hard, because my mom, we brought her to this country for 10 years ago now. She never came to Texas and visit me. And even when I had the baby, she never come to visit me. So now that I'm aware and like I'm getting knowledge from you, it's kind of like freeing me from that depth. And even when she called me and be like, oh, this, I don't they're like, why your mom don't come visit you? I don't put that anger anymore in my heart.
Yes.
I just let it go, and I will call her once in a while. If she call me, it doesn't bother me no more. You know, I just let it go and just free myself from that depth. A karma, that's my karma. That's why she's not here to support me with my children.
Yes.
And so I just let her be and just stay away, like long rope. I'll call her once in a blue moon.
As simple as that. If you know a person is jealous of you and envious of you, and you keep going to the person's front, what are you doing? You are giving the person freedom to do you more harm.
That's true.
But you know a person is jealous.
That is true.
And you give space to the person is not going to see you. It's not going to fuel their anger. It's not going to fuel their jealousy more towards you. But if you keep going again and again to their front, it is you that is creating the misfortune for yourself again.
Am I doing the right thing? I went home 2017. I went in 2019. I never went to my mom's house. I'm not going to, I never say hello to her because I just don't want argument. So am I doing the right thing or right thing?
So what is wrong with that?
No, I just want to know. Thank you. Okay.
All right, I'm going to have to stop here. You guys have taken, the question has taken much of my time. The people that is going to listen to today's class, I don't know how they... I don't know. Anyway, but you guys that is going to listen to this, so you guys just tolerate. You are not here in the class, so you are going to be listening, so tolerate and try to get the essence of the message. That is most important. So let me just quickly summarize.
Thank you.
Breaking free. A lot of people actually do need help, but they are not able to get the help because they themselves have not forgiven another person. This practically relates to your question, to you. You need help. You are mentally tortured. You are mentally dissatisfied, but you are not able to get that help, and you won't get that help until and unless you learn to forgive your mother and accept her however she is. Thoughts and words. You see, offenses start from the mental platform. As we processed a few days back, I think it was on the live, and I said to people, when you think so much negative about a person, you start abiding the good qualities of the bad qualities of that person start coming to you, and your own good qualities start going to that person. So we need to be very mindful. If you think so much negative about your mother, then your mother's negativity will start coming to you, and your positivity will start going to your mother, and you will not know how subconsciously or unconsciously you will act a bit like your mother towards your children. And your children will see you exactly the way you see your mother. So the way we need to change this is, one, we must change our thoughts. We must change our inner dialogues every day. Every day. Offenses start from the mental platform. As we process the environment and deal with our perceptions, it is improper thought turned into improper speech. You may hold some unhealthy mentality and continue thinking and reflecting, why did he do that? What does he have to say? What right does he have to say that to me? This is the third time he has done this to me. I cannot take it anymore. These are the thoughts that goes on in our head. Next, you begin speaking harshly because the internal conversation will eventually turn into external action. Or maybe you internalize such feelings as envy, jealousy, anger, or hurt, which later come out in speech. If you keep talking and gossiping about people, next you will start to act in such ways. Our thoughts should be of such a nature that we are ready to honor them in speech and in action. Change physical action. You have a question, Ruma?
No, sir. Thank you.
Oftentimes, we try to walk... Sorry?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Carry on.
Oftentimes, we try to work on a consciousness shift. However, our consciousness has been stuck for some time. Therefore, we change our physical activity, which will change our speech and thoughts. For example, if we see people that we don't want to greet, we don't want to greet them because they never greet us first. But actually, we should act properly by greeting them, even though our thought does not really correspond with it. Our thought does not want us to greet them. Why should I greet the person? He's not greeting me. Why should I greet them? But if we perform the action, it will gradually affect our thinking. Then it will also affect the other people. You see, in an office setting, two colleagues, and one of them offend each other. So the other one said, I'm not going to apologize. No. And because we don't want to apologize first, we are thinking that, oh, he's not apologizing to me, so why should I apologize to him? Even though the colleagues may act harsh and tough, but it will eventually melt the heart of the person if we go first to apologize. Okay, yeah, I did this. I'm sorry. This simple 4-letter statement, a 5-letter statement, or 6, is it 6-letter or 7-letter? I am sorry. This letter is so powerful that it can melt the heart of anybody. However, there are some people, due to the weakness of their mind, when you tell them sorry, they don't take it. They think that you are saying sorry to offend them more. These kinds of people, you cannot do anything for them, because there is no amount of sorry you will say to them that they will ever accept, because they have a very low self-esteem of themselves, that when they hear sorry from people, it feels like they, in their mind, they interpret the sorry as a weakness, that they are weak, or they interpret the sorry as the person is making fun of me. Such people, you cannot help them. Such people, you just have to give your distance to them. But because you are giving your distance does not mean you should not do the right thing. We may feel disturbed about a situation, but we should first try to understand the feeling of another before we attempt to be understood. A lot of us, when certain things happen to us, and one of the reasons why we hold grudges to people is because we think that we want people to understand us first before understanding another person. And if this is the mentality, then it becomes difficult. How does the other person, we don't try to understand, how does the other person feel? How does the other person understand the situation? Then it makes a whole shift in our relationship when we try to understand it, because we have now made an alteration in our consciousness. The other person also will experience it and feel it, both consciously and subconsciously. You see, in a relationship, these are also one of the things that affect relationship between a father and a son, between a son and a father, a husband and a wife, wife and siblings, because everyone is trying to be understood. Everyone is wanting people to understand them, but they are not taking the effort to understand other people. I'm going to stop here. Any question and answer? Any question, please?
No,
No, sir.
no, I think we are okay. Now I do understand what you say. Walk away is better than to keep on coming back to the person, thinking maybe when you come back things can be better. But is the more you make it worse. So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you all very much for being present here with me. I am going to be sending the recording when it is all done. And to some of you that were not present here physically, but I hope the sound of my voice is going to reach you, and you will also learn something on the importance of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a sacred science. It's a sacred thing. A lot of people don't know how to forgive. When we talk about forgiveness, people naturally think that it means that I should just continue how I used to behave with the person. No, it just simply means that, okay, the person has done some certain things. Now you don't hold on to the grudges or the negative thing that the person has done. See the person and respect the person, but keep a distance, a respectful distance. By keeping a respectful distance, you are protecting, you are helping the person, and you are also helping yourself. But if you don't keep a respectful distance and you are going closer and closer, oh no, you will be the one that will be harmed.
Exactly.
It's very, very important that we understand that forgiveness is a science, and it only becomes easy when we start growing in our spiritual practice. Before you grow in your spiritual practice, Forgiveness does not mean, okay, some people said, I have forgiven people, I don't remember the negative things that people do to me. You don't remember it, but if they do one thing, everything that they have done comes back to your mind. So we need to be very, very mindful.
True.
We need to be very, very cautious. The most important thing is we should be watching the thoughts that goes on in our mind every day. When you go out, you are talking with people, you are hearing from a colleague, you are talking to a colleague, you are talking to somebody that have something you've been desiring for a long time. That feeling when you see somebody that have something that you really, really want, that feeling that goes on in your head, if you are able to watch it and be mindful of it, then you protect yourself so that you don't fall into the vicious cycle of the event repeating itself again and again in your next life.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all very much. God bless you, and see you.
Thank you so much.
Missionary.
Thank you. You comforted me, honestly. Today, I'm happy. I'm happy you said something that maybe I was waiting for you to say it to me. So thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, and bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.